Well, I thought we might have some questions from you, the audience, but I often get asked the same things by audiences around the country, so I've prepared some frequently asked questions to go through first. I get asked after every gig by men of a certain age. They'll go to me, "You've been on Top Gear. Who's the Stig?" Do you want to know? Yeah. It's the girl from the Zvirex ads. I often get asked favourite colour. It's such a weird question because colour is all about context. For example, bright red. Bright red is a great colour for a sports car. It's a terrible colour for an anus. We all like green grass and trees and leaves, but discharge? Everyone likes blue skies, but pensioners? Don't give me the ooh, I've already toned that down. That was originally dead babies. Someone asked me recently, any grooming tips? I said, yeah, don't do it, it's illegal. Sorry, I can't help but notice, you look quite young there. How old are you, sir? Do you mind me asking? You're what, sorry? 13. You're 13? And you're did you understand that grooming joke? It's just, I could explain it to you backstage afterwards. Most natural thing in the world. Who are you here with? Your dad? You're fine with this filth, aren't you, sir? Are you fine with this level of filth? Good, you couldn't give a fuck. Brilliant. Well, the good news is you've got a cool dad. The bad news is you're going to have to go into care. Because he's not very responsible. I get asked, what did you study? I did philosophy and English. Well, I say I did philosophy and English. What I mean is I thought about reading a book. What did you do before you did this? I was backstage masturbating and crying. What would you be if you weren't a famous comedian? I'd be a comedian you hadn't heard of. Who's your favourite comedian of all time, ever? Well, I would have to say, me. I know it sounds a little bit arrogant, but think about it, it is exactly my sense of humour. People come up to me all the time and say, I love your sarcasm. I say, do you really? I often get asked this, fair enough, he's a funny boy and he's doing very well for himself. People often ask me, are you related to Alan Carr? Yes, he's my sister. Thanks very much. There's me, Alan and Maxine. Us two were livid when we found out Alan was gay. I often get asked about that. People often ask me, have you ever had any gay experiences? Well, yes, I have had gay experiences. I've been in a shoe shop and said, may I have to have them? I've described a cheesecake as to die for. But I've never had the gay experience where someone puts their cock in my mouth and or bum. And really, that is the one that counts. Yeah, it doesn't count if you do it to them, does it? Does it? I thought it wasn't gay if you didn't push back. It's definitely not gay if you beat them up afterwards. I often get asked this, what celebrity would you most like to sleep with? Angelina Jolie. I'd love to have a go on that. She's an attractive woman, isn't she? I had a dream about her a couple of weeks ago. I'm not saying it was sexy. I had to get the sheets off with a toffee hammer. That's a weird joke, isn't it? Because at once your mind has to go, and, oh, toffee hammers. I realise I haven't got much of a chance with Angelina Jolie. She's with Brad Pitt. I've got a face like a potato. My only chance with her is if I black up and check myself into a Mozambique orphanage. But that could backfire. You could end up fucking Madonna. People often ask me favourite joke. And it's not a bad question, because I spend my life writing books about jokes and thinking about jokes. I'm quite obsessed by jokes, so it's a fair question. I like sort of pub jokes that conjure up a nice image in your head. I like, why do women watch porn to the end? To see if they get married. It's adorable, isn't it? I like this joke because it's very northern, very Yorkshire joke. Any Yorkshire people in? Oh, well, I'll tell it in a Yorkshire accent to patronise you. We didn't have paedophiles when I were a lad. We had to buy our own sweets. Come on. How Yorkshire's that? I got told this one, just a pub joke. I got told it a couple of months ago just by a friend, and it just really tickled me. He said, what's the difference between jam and marmalade? I said, I don't know the difference between jam and marmalade. You'll have to tell me. He said, you can't marmalade your cock up a bird's arse. I know. It's a bit much, I know. But there's a good reason for me telling you that joke. Don't you find it awkward when the in-laws come to stay at your house? Do you find that weird? When her mum and dad come and stay at your house? I find it a really weird... I feel like a child in my own home. Breakfast is the worst time for me, because I'm not really a morning person anyway. All you can hear is the crunch of toast, slurping of tea, there's no conversation, it's just awkward. Yeah, everyone's in gym jams and robes, just weird. What I've given you there, a lovely little icebreaker. Because when her dad says, could you pass the jam? Here's one for you. No, don't cry, because you can jam you. Has anyone got any questions this evening? Anything you'd like to know?
Jimmy?
Yes?
If you weren't a comedian, say,
If I wasn't a comedian?
Yeah, if you couldn't be a comedian.
If I couldn't be a comedian, many people would say I can't be. There is a school of thought that says, what the fuck is he doing? But go on, if I couldn't be a comedian...
What would you do for a living? What would you like to do?
the same as you, I would dress up as Amelie. And wander the streets looking for adventure. It's a good look, I'm loving that. But what do you do?
I'm a student.
You're a student. Where are you studying? Are you studying in London?
Canterbury.
Canterbury? Oh, never mind. Maybe if you'd worked a little bit harder for your A-levels. Canterbury University, you say Canterbury, but what I hear is clearing. Yeah, there's no shame in that, that's fine. Any other thoughts? Oh, go on, you've got one.
What's the best thing that's ever happened to you?
What's the best thing? The time we fucked. I know you don't remember, but that is the wonder of Rohypnol. Trust me, it was magical. Well, you are good. No, you're now saying you're good at fucking. That's great. I'll put that on my DVD and your mum and dad can watch. The man next to you, incidentally, is sort of going... She's got a point. She's fucking marvellous. Excellent. Nice to get a good review. Any other thoughts, questions?
What flavoured soup would you be?
He said, if you were a soup, what flavoured soup would you be? Is that who I think it is? Is that the BFG? What kind of a soup would you be? I would be a lovely, delicious wonton soup. I don't know what kind of a soup. What kind of a soup would you be? Is there a leading... I'd be tomato and butter. You've got the loveliest voice in the world. What, sorry? Get you a date? Not a problem. Do you like 13-year-old boys? Sorry, mate. We're all having a laugh. You're going, is that going to happen? I don't know. You're fine. You're golden. And what's your name, sir?
I'm Steve.
Stephen?
Steve.
Steve. What do you do, Steve?
I'm a dentist.
I'm a dentist. And I like soup. You're never going to chip a tooth on soup. Said the BFG. You're wasted. You should be doing voiceovers. It's lovely.
I'm going to date with you.
There is a large titted slag that will fuck you. That's fair, isn't it? That's okay. She's lovely, though, isn't she? She's pretty hot. She's all right. I don't know if you can see her. Can you see her there, Steve? She's all right. Could she stand up? I don't think she could because you'll topple forward. Would you like to have a go on that? She said woo really, really quietly, but it picked up an echo from her enormous... It's going to be like throwing a sausage up an alleyway, but... I'm only kidding. What's your name, madam? Tracy. Of course it fucking is. Of course it is. Of course. Sorry, I've got to stop being Cilla Black for a minute, but you two can meet in the lobby. You've got the same sense of humour, and she's, you know...
She's easy.
She is easy.